All right, you guys, so for this episode, we're just gonna need a white piece of paper. We're gonna have a separate piece of paper to test out our markers. I have a pencil, eraser, pen, Sharpie, and then I have some alcohol markers. So this episode, I like this one because this is gonna tell me something about you guys and you'll get to learn something about me. So what we're gonna do is, I call this the All About Me art project. So whether you're a kid at home or a teacher doing this with your students, it'll be fun to see what you decide to pick and choose to put in your piece of art. And if you're a teacher, what your kids decide and what you can learn about them. So here we go. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We are gonna create a line, a frame actually, all around our page. So we're just gonna draw a straight line and give ourselves the littlest tiny frame. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little dot in the middle of the page. That's going to be my reference point. I'm going to make curved lines that go from the dot to the edge of the frame. You don't want to make too many or have too many too small, especially if you're doing this in a class setting, because it just is very time consuming if the kids overdraw too many lines. So I'm just going to do almost like a candy cane or a peppermint. I'm going to do some swirled lines around and come back to my page. Okay? So it's going to have a fun swirly design. Now, I'm not going to take every section and draw on it, but I'm going to take 3 sections and I'm going to draw something about myself. So in my classes, I have told my kids, tell me what ideas that could be is tell me what your favorite food is. What is your favorite music to listen to? What's your favorite color? So in each section, they layer those things. So something about me and something my kids have learned is that I really love strawberries and strawberry shortcake. So what I might do in this one is just do a simple little easy strawberry drawing, because you don't want to make this very complicated, because the more you draw, the more you get to color. So I'm just going to do a few in this section just to kind of fill up this space. Maybe I'll have one hanging off these few little spaces here. Okay, there's that section. I'm going to skip this section and just put a color that I love in it. So in this one, something else about me is obviously I love art. So maybe in this one, I might just do some fun little pencils here that just come off the page here and there. Okay, then I'll skip this one and put a color there. And so let's see, strawberries, art, and how about in here I'll just do some hearts, and around those hearts I can just put in here the word family, maybe just here and there. So here's my page that's going to tell you something about me. So now what I'm going to do, we'll fast forward, do fast pace in some of these parts. I'm going to start coloring these things in. So here we go. made it. I'm gonna have to retire these two. The reality of having a working studio and using the colors that your students use. It also lets me know when it's time to buy some more markers. I'm gonna retire those. Let's see here. All right. Whoa. Okay guys, so I've got it pretty much colored. So in these little spaces where I have color, you can always go through and add a darker color and just add a little design element in those areas. Let's see here. Let's see for this last one. I think for this one, I'll just do some curved lines that come off the page here. All right, and around the edges, if you want to, you can really go around that. Oh, that one is not a good one. Go around and trace out that frame to just make it pop a little bit more. And I might just go through and just continue to trace that out to the edge. That way, everything that I've designed on the inside really pops out. Isn't that so satisfying? I love it. Black is a color in this studio that I'm like, save it to the end. I always tell my kids to go much lighter than what they think they want to go, because you can always go darker, but it's hard to come back from that dark color if you go too dark. Okay, so I'm going to pick up my markers real quick, and then what I'm going to do is with my Bic pen, I'm just going to go through and just trace out my little areas. See how that just really starts to come together? I always love how art, when you first start it, you know, it doesn't look like very much, but once you go in and you start layering all your little designs in your color, it really, really, really comes out. And then the last piece that I like to do, trying to decide how I want this to hang, I guess I'll hang it like this way, is I'm going to go on the right side of my drawing and just highlight just the side edge of my drawings. Just like that. All right, you guys. Now you get a look into all the things that I love and a little bit about me. I love the color green, love strawberries, my family so much, and art and all the colors that I like. And design, abstract art. This is right up in my alley. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Studio Creative Kids. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is episode 25. It's crazy how many episodes we've gone through already. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on the next episode of Studio Creative Kids.